Laconism was still around the place, the all-out picket, all that kind of stuff. So what was this thing called Laconism? Well, it wasn't a doctrinal thing. It was an attitude of mind. It was a capacity to fight. It was an ability to stand up. It was a belief in ordinary people. And it was, of course, him at the centre of it. And he left a lot of disciples. So he certainly had, there is this thing called Laconism, and there is this thing called Laconites. And in the last 5 minutes, I just want to make a comment on that and the Russian Revolution and communism and all that, which he was involved in all of that. But you have to understand that he was in his 30s. Maybe he was 34 or 35 when the Russian Revolution took place. But he was unlike, this thing called Leninism took place afterwards. There was no Leninism in 1917. But he had already invented Laconism, and he had loads of Laconites. So this other thing was starting in Soviet Russia. So he was ill at ease with it. And you know, there's a great story, I'll come to the end of this, there's a great story told about him about Mass at the second Comintern. When he first, they all gathered there, all the peoples of the world and all the rest of it. And he puts up his hand, first speaker, and he said, "What arrangements have been made for the Irish comrades to practice their religious duties tomorrow?" It's Saturday. And the Russians are astounded. They don't know what to do. You see? So anyway, they have a conflab and all the rest of it. Now, I thought that was the end of it. I kid you not, I thought that was the end of it. And 3 or 4 weeks ago, I'm over. I have a pal of mine called Desi Brannigan, who's 95. And I was talking to him about this. And he said, "Oh yes, but do you know what happened?" Now he would know, because he was, well, this father was a Laconite, and he's a friend of young Jim. I said, "I don't know what happened." "Oh," he says, "the Russians gave him in good measure." So what did they do? He said they woke him at 4 o'clock and said they had found a Catholic priest. And he said he never raised that again or any other meeting. So he was mischievous in his dealings with people. But this is just a personal view. I think that in this city and in this labour movement, we are truly privileged to have been led by such an extraordinary man. And I mean, can anybody think of any labour leader before or since who has so many poems, songs, stories, plays written? And not by, you know, kind of, I just say, we're not talking about George Bernard Shaw, we're talking about